Hello everyone, welcome to my channel OET Writing Samples for Nurses by AJ. And if you like this video in the end, please do remember to click on the like button and subscribe to get notifications and be updated about the most recent videos. So today we are going to speak about this case note for Alison Cooper. And before we go ahead, I would just like to inform you that we've reached 100 subscribers and I would like to thank everyone for the subscriptions. Alright, let's go ahead with Alison Cooper's case notes. First thing that we do is try to find out why we are writing the letter. And yes, here is the plan. It says refer her to the school psychologist to find out whether Alison has underlying grief related or other psychological problems. So this is the reason why you're writing the letter. Let's read this as well. So using the information in the case notes, write a letter to refer this girl to the school psychologist, Barnaby Webster, to assess her. So Barnaby Webster is a school psychologist to whom you're going to write the letter. Outline the purpose of the referral, so it is this, and provide details of significant factors which will assist the psychologist to make this assessment. So you need to write or include the significant factors in the letter so that it helps this psychologist. Now let's go to the starting and read this case note. Okay, so you are the school nurse at a Toohey Point Primary State School. So you're the school nurse at the same place and you're writing to the school psychologist. So it will be to the same address. Today's date. So the date is already given to you on which you're going to write your letter. Patient details, Alison Cooper, year 5 student, date of birth given. All these three things are important. Height is not important. Weight, 40 kgs, but I think more than 40 kgs you can concentrate or focus on this thing, which is overweight. Eczema, outbreaks on hands, and myelastoma. Yes, this is not required because that is unremarkable. Youngest in a class, you may or may not include it, but remember you have to finish your letter in at least 220 words, not more than that. So social history, father died in a motor accident 18 months ago, so that is 1.5 years ago. This is very important. Lives with mother. Bank manager may not be important, but working full-time, yes, it is important. Middle child, brother Simon, sister Lisa, not important. Paternal grandmother, lives near school, provides after school and holiday care, looks after children if unwell. I would say that's not too important. Regular absences from school dating back to time of father's death. Yes, this is important. So if you look at this, now if father died in motor accident 18 months ago and today's date is it's in March 2012. So if you calculate that, you would know that father has died somewhere after year 3 and before year 4. So before her father's death, her annual school leaves were just 3 and 4 days. But after her father's death, this leave has started increasing. So in year 4 it was 10 days and year 5 it was 8 days. Now this needs to be highlighted in your letter. School Health Center records 2012, February 8. So there are many different problems that she faced on different dates in 2012. I don't want you to concentrate on this and write a lengthy detailed explanation here, but just write the things which she faced. Okay, she usually complained of this, and her grandmother you would come to pick her up. So these things, write it in your own words, and that should not be more than 2 sentences. So in 2012 she faced these things, and in 2011 also she was facing the same things. Now if you also notice, this happened here, this is 2011 and this is 2012. So you need to connect those points together. In the letter, you will exactly be able to see that, how it's written, how the points are connected to each other. Let's look at social history. So I feel there are 2 places where social history is divided. Now here you will see one part of social history, and then here you will see another part of social history. Now this is just given to confuse you so that You would need to see these things on different pages when you get this in your exam. Alison started school well, but since grade 3 has had trouble concentrating, which means again grade 3 you'll remember from here onwards. Rarely participates because now she's in grade 5. Rarely participates in class activities unless encouraged, avoids sporting activities, standard of her schoolwork is declining. Yes, you would need to at least highlight this part in your letter. Has few friends, maybe, but this again needs to be highlighted. Often teased by her classmates about eczema and weight. Embarrassed about hands which don't seem to be responding well to ointment suggested by chemists. I don't feel that is too important because remember you're writing to a psychologist to know why she has grief related issues. Eczema is already mentioned here. Mother was contacted by class teacher, not at all important. But after that contact, what happened? Mother said that Alison is also becoming withdrawn at home. So this is important. Alison was very close to her father, often talks about her father and cries because she misses him. I feel this part which I've highlighted is more important than this part because if you speak only about this part, it indicates very strongly that she was close to her father. And then she seeks comfort in food like chips and cakes after school. This point could also be connected to often teased by her classmates about eczema and weight. Now let's look at how the letter is written. Here we have the letter. It is Miss Barnaby Webster, school psychologist, Toohey Point Primary State School. The date is given here. Dear Miss Webster or dear school psychologist, both are fine. Regarding our remarks, Miss Alison Cooper, date of birth was given in the letter. So why are you writing this? I'm writing to refer Miss Alison Cooper. Who is Alison Cooper? She's a year 5 student. And why am I writing? For a school psychological assessment to know why she has any grief related problem. So this I have written it in one sentence, but if you feel your grammar is not going to be proper, if you write it in one sentence, then I would suggest you to make 2 or 3 sentences because you can make 2 or 3 sentences in your first paragraph. Now we are going to write about what has happened from her father's death. So her mother says that Miss Cooper often cries when she speaks about her father, whom she was close to since his death 18 months ago. So I am saying here when her father passed away, and when he passed away, and yes, who told me about it. Her mother, who works full time, said that she is increasingly becoming withdrawn at home. Her mother said that Alison Cooper is becoming withdrawn at home. Since year 3, Miss Cooper has been facing trouble in concentrating on studies, avoiding sports events, and the standard of her schoolwork is also declining. Now, because I have mentioned year 3 here, that is the reason why I mentioned year 5 student here, which means since the past 2 years, she is facing this problem. She is a year 5 student who is overweight and has eczema on her hands, due to which she is often teased by her classmates. She seeks comfort in food like chips and cakes after school. So different points from different places in the case notes, and this is the complete social history. And in the next paragraph, what usually happens in the school is what I have covered. In the previous years, her annual absence was only 3 to 4 days. Her annual absence. So 3 years in 1 year and 4 in another year. But in 2011, this has increased to 10. And in 2012, this has already reached 8 days. So this is the month of March. So if you look at this letter, this case note, you'll see that part here. This is a part which I have elaborated on. She often complains of headache, eczema, stomachache, and nausea, after which she would be picked up by her grandmother who lives nearby. This is a detailed one sentence note about what usually happened on different days in 2012 and in 2011. Okay, so you don't need to cover this as a lengthy thing. That's all. And after this, I would greatly appreciate if you could complete a psychological assessment to find out whether she has any underlying grief-related problems. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Yours sincerely, it is School Nurse. So that is the end of the letter. And if you look at the number of words that are used in this letter, it is 198. Okay, so if you like this letter, please subscribe so that you get notifications about the most recent videos. Click on like if you liked it, and please do leave comments for any doubts, any questions, any suggestions that you have. I will do my best to reply to all of your comments. All right, thank you and have a nice day, and do keep watching for the next video. Thank you.